MaryAnn Bearheels, Ta Oyate Washtewi, her good nation woman, is a ceremonial prayer woman of the Sicangu Lakota from Rosebud, South Dakota. While she carries teachings of the bear, buffalo, and water spirits, MaryAnn encourages each of us to explore the traditional ways of our own ancestry and weave them into the way we walk in this world with responsibility, right action, and consideration for future generations. It is a great honor to have with us today Ta Oyate Washdewi. Thank you.
Hello.
We hear you and we see you.
Here's Mato. Says hello. And
We're just
here's
going to let
my
you
new
talk, so
tuka.
we're not going to be replying too much. So just go ahead and we're here with you.
Okay, what I bring to you today, my relatives and relations, is we ceremoniously, our ancestors, we all talk about our ancestral way, our ancestors, and what our ancestors, what they have left us, the wonders. They have left us many wonders. And the wonders that they have left us is our culture, our language, and our ceremonial way of life. Our ceremonial spiritual foundation. In these many ways of our culture, they all have left this for us. Not just one way of life, many. So I always speak about ancestors with people I visit with because their ancestors come. And when their ancestors come, they're sitting there listening to the grandma, the auntie, somebody, their ancestor. That's who come. So they know how to listen and answer the questions that the young person or person may have. And many times I always talk about this. And our ancestors, what we gain from them, what they like is being close to the divine way of life, of our ceremonies, our way of life. And so that's what we could leave for our children. And I believe I did a ceremony at the mine festival there of leaving our footprints for our children. In many ways, our ancestors like that way of life, of how we could be closer to Wakantanka, Creator, your gods. I believe in those ways because the awakening that has awakened my mind today, and we always want to know, oh, maybe we should give our children these properties, or maybe we should give our children these things when we leave. But in the Lakota culture way of life, what we must leave them, the ancestors talk to you and tell you, it's not the material, it's not the things you have Because when you leave this world, that's it. You don't take it with you. It's gone. What you have is what you shared with your family, your people, and in general. We have these things to be closer relationship to Wakantaka. And the ancestors, that's what they taught us. They taught us these things. I always wondered what it is in order when I take my journey, when it's going to be my time, what am I going to take with me? I'm going to take nothing, just what I know and understand. So it will be a better journey for me when it is my time to go to what we call our happy hunting grounds, the spirit world. And I have witnessed many, many people going to their way of life, Buddha way of life. It rained flowers. The whole room was full of flowers. Buddha came, they said. I stood up and I told them, this young lady, she passed on. She believed. She believed Lakota way. She sang our songs. She did many things for us in our tribe. But she had her belief. What she really believed in was Buddha. So Buddha came. He came for her. So I stood up and told him, it's raining flowers. It's raining all these beautiful flowers. He come after her. All the way to our little village, he found her and he took her. Buddha did. So in many ways of life that I see the spiritual side of when we go on to the other side, that is what I see, is what her belief she took. I want to be like that. I want to know that I'm not taking my best buckskin dress, if I had one, or my best moccasins, or anything. I'm just taking what the ancestors love. The closer that you are to the divine way of life and understanding is what our ancestors all teach us in every nationality, every tribe I see at their funerals, at their how they send and do their journey way of life. I have attended many, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful in its way because you never knew that person, and then all of a sudden, the ancestors, they believed in their way of life, of the culture, of the spiritual foundation they had. And I believe that is the most ultimate that I could say, what word I could say today, my relatives and relations, is it's not just learning or being that way, or this is how we got to do it. This is how we have to live. And living this way, and because when we go, it's our responsibility to the next life. I feel this in my heart, that this is the most what I could share with you today. Oha. I, hello. Hello. Yeah, I was saying hello. I thought I left already.
Hello, I think our host is missing right now,
Yeah, I thought, oh,
but we're here. We see you, grandmother.
okay. I just wanted to share this with you. Now it already happened. I was so excited. I had a dream. And in this dream, I was underground. There was nobody around, but I was standing there and I had white on, in which I have white on today. The white, and I'm standing there and I having my hands up in the air. I'm holding my hands up in the air like I'm praying, like I'm saying a prayer, and I'm talking about spiritual things, and I said, I think I'm underground. Hands reaching up to me. I said, I was like, I think I'm underground. I said, um, so it was a dream and a vision that already came this way. So I must tell it, but it came that way. At this time, I would like to introduce my partner, Chief Scarred Buffalo. He's from the Turtle Mountain Reservation, and he would like to share a few words here.
Good afternoon to all the relatives. My name is Gene McCown, my traditional name, Scarred Buffalo. I'm a member of the Turtle Mountain Chippewa tribe. My mother is Annie Falcon. My grandma and grandpa, that's Ralph and Virginia Falcon. My great-grandpa, who is our Teospe leader, is Job Falcon, his wife Marie, who come and brought our people here to Western North Dakota. At this time, I'd just like to say a few words concerning the situation all of our people across this great place that we call Mother Earth find ourselves in. We find ourselves many of us, the very first time being isolated from all of the things that are so important to us. We're not able to attend our ceremonies in person. We're not able to go across the street and sit down with our relatives and our friends and discuss our visions, our concerns, or even our ill health or what's going on with us. In this part of our country, they even prohibit us from being able to attend funerals right now for those that pass on. So we're all without that, you know. And it's part of our responsibility as spiritual people and leaders, you know, to reach out to everybody, to try to provide some guidance and some direction and some support and most of all, some encouragement. And for many of us, this is a new way to have to do things through the media, like what we're doing here today. For some of us that are not computer illiterate, you know, we find ourselves at a real loss. We would do anything to be able to sit down in that sweat lodge with our friends, with our spiritual leaders, and pray for the things that are important to all the people. But we're not allowed to do that. Many of our sun dances and stuff like that are being postponed because of the government regulations and stuff. So once again, our people, we are under the direct control or domination of our government, you know, which should not be. We should be able to take part in those ceremonies and those different things that are important to us as we travel this part of our pathway of life. So, but I have to encourage each and every one of you, and I talked to MaryAnn about this, you know, We have to find new ways of reaching out. We have to find new ways of talking to people. But most of all, we have to find new ways of encouraging people to regain that hope that once again, we'll be able to walk this Mother Earth in a good way, that we'll be able to take part in all our ceremonies, that we will be there for the relatives and that they'll be there for us. So on behalf of myself and my wife here, we really want to express our thanks for being able to be a part of this. We think it's very important that the word gets out. And what you're doing here today, is a wonderful thing, because once again, the people know that there are people that care, there are people that are praying together, and most of all, people that really want things to be on an even keel so that we can all be centered in our life. So on behalf of myself, I thank you for this opportunity. I sometimes am not able to express myself in a good way, so I trust I did not offend anyone by what I said, and I trust that you understand where my heart is. I'll talk to you today.
Hello, you see him now?
Beautiful.
Hello.
Thank you so much for sharing.
He has to say something too.
Okay, let's hear it.
Brr. Stay healthy.
Can we ask you a question or two?
Sure.
Is there any specific knowledge or teachings that have been coming out from your people, the Lakota people, about the coronavirus, about using this time of solitude? Is there anything specific that your teachers and your elders are sharing, and you as elders are sharing?
I'll let Chief Scarred Buffalo respond to that here.
The one thing that the elders that are telling us, that this too shall pass. And even though it's another way, once again, we're being tested. We're being tested physically, but more than that, we're being tested spiritually to see whether the prayers that we have and the way that we do things are going to be there. And that's one thing that the elders keep telling us: pray. Pray always, ask for guidance and direction, ask for strength in what you're trying to do. And I think that's one thing that we try to pass on. Some of the elders are telling us, when the grass, gets really green, then things are going to start coming back to a normal way of life for us. And for where we live up here in the northern part of North Dakota, the grass is not getting green too fast. I had to laugh at MaryAnn. She took a pail of water out and was watering a small patch of grass out in our yard, trying to get it to turn green so that we could have the end to all this. But that's the big thing, is that we can't give up. We have to keep our faith. We have to keep being able to pray, and we have to encourage and talk to each other, and share what we can. And I think that's one thing that the elders are always saying: don't let this test your faith in such a way that you lose your direction. Always say we can pray, and the prayer is our only avenue of hope for the world. It affects us all across the country, and it's amazing how you see people for many that have never really sat down and formed that bond within their own family structures or within their short community things that you can do. And for a lot of us, we're sitting here and being able to contemplate without the outside distractions about what's going on. It really limits what we can do outside in our physical being, but it has given us a whole new perspective on how to pray and how to have faith in what's going on. I hope that directs some of your question there.
Did it answer some of what you had asked?
It did answer, and we would also love to hear the women's perspective of things.
Well, we have all been concerned from like stay home. We've been making on Facebook like a heart with a feather on it saying, please stay home, encouraging each other and our family members to at least wear a mask, do the protocols that they're asking, wear gloves, and to pray, you know, that this terrible disease, virus goes away. We don't know exactly how to approach that in a sense of the way of our life of we have very ceremonies that we do for certain things, and you know, being vulnerable to just like everybody else here, we're trying to do exactly just what everybody's trying to do, and that stay healthy and a little bit more aware of your surroundings. If somebody's sick or somebody around you, where you go, you choose one person to go to the store. You don't go to many places anymore. There's nothing you can really do. They don't have any public anythings, but there are stores open, and we're just taking precautions every which way of wiping down things, changing our clothes when we come back from being out, and yeah, and just focusing on supporting each other in our communities, like my community of Rosebud. Some of my relatives have become down with this virus, and at first it was very, very like, oh, everybody had to know, everybody in that privacy just went out the door, like. And so now we got a hold of it down home to where when a person is sick with the virus, we need to do all what we can in that community, our little villages, of shutting down from, like, we're shut down now on the Rosebud because we already had a Indian village community. A person, a whole family got the virus, so they shut it down, quarantined everybody, and they didn't like it, but it had to be. We have to do this and take responsibility. And it's mainly everyone in the community of our district members of our tribal villages of our tribe representatives to do this. So this is how we're maintaining the virus. We're all working together in our villages and people helping us, the emergency departments of our tribes what resources we have and what we can do for each other. So that's how it's coming about on each reservation, and not, how would you say it, publicly, but when someone is tested positive, now that representative has a quarantine on that village until things get better, or the people get better. But there are people of our other reservations are not so lucky. They have passed on due to the virus, due to the illness they may had prior, or what have you, or just being elderly. So it is scary. It is something that we as women, the Oyate, the woman nation, we trying to take care of it, hear it, know it, take it very seriously, and wear the mask, or wash your hands, do what you just precautions on things like wiping down certain grocery items, going to the store, just saying, okay, we'll flip a coin and it's your turn to go. I'm staying home today. And just like they have the senior day of shopping, like on certain days now in the local community here, there's senior day where it's all nothing but seniors go shopping. So they take advantage of that. So I believe as just as us as grandmothers, aunties, sisters, friends, a lot of our relatives can't travel down from Canada. They can't come see us. We just do like we're doing now, video each other or video call, video chat, and just check on one another. That's what our main thing is, just checking on our little tioshpaes, our little families, of saying, how are you today? Because it is lonely out there when you think about it. Uh-huh.
Thank you, MaryAnn and Chief Scout Buffalo. Jim, thank you. Wow.
Uh-huh.
Like always, we are so grateful to have you around. Lakota Nation, thank you. We
Uh-huh.
love you. Thank you for all the teaching that you pass to young people and to us in general. Everything that you share with your heart and in a good disposition. So let's hope that your nation is, you know, healthy, keep strong. Yes, let's keep the distance and be mindful, keeping ourselves well, because we are definitely facing something that nobody knows what it is. Nobody
Mm-hmm.
knows how we get in and how we get out. So the good advice is to keep yourself in a place where you are safe and healthy. So thank you so much. We deeply appreciate your inspiration. Let's hope that your words go deep into the mind of everyone so that we all can continue our prayers and our work. Aho.
Oh, yeah. Thank
Aye.
you. My family from the Eastern Door, the Rainbow people.
Aho.
Oh, yeah.
Aye. I love you.
Love you too. I hope to we could see each other soon and give hugs.
Aho.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. See yous.